What's up, folks? We're coming in hot with new intel and insight from Hasbro on the G.I. Joe Classified series. In today's episode, what can we share about the latest G.I. Joe Classified reveals? What's the latest update on the retro Flint lottery? When are the newest figures going to start shipping? We've got answers on all of that and a lot more. And in today's episode, it all comes down to this. We're going to reveal the final 3 inductees into the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame. Over the past 4 years, fans from around the world have been building history, voting to decide the very first Hall of Fame for the G.I. Joe franchise. A Hall of Fame made by the fans, for the fans. And before we get started, do us a favor and hit the like button. It's the best way to support the show, and we appreciate all of you for watching. First up, during the fall convention season, Hasbro is sharing digital renders of upcoming figures. And first, let's talk about Hit and Run. This classified update is as faithful as they come. Hit and Run's signature green camouflage and face paint are intact, capturing everything that made him stand out in 1988. The modern sculpting tightens the details, giving him a realistic tactical edge without losing the vintage flair that we all love. He looks like a soldier who thrives where others wouldn't dare to go. For accessories, he has goggles for recon mode, a new rifle with a detachable magazine, a grapple hook, and backpack handle. He also has a sidearm and 2 combat knives, and a duffel bag with a plastic strap. This does open up, so you will be able to store away his accessories in that bag. Also, it's not shown here, but there will be a rope accessory that can clip onto both his belt and the duffel bag. Hit and Run was always the climber of the Joe team, and Classified leans into that identity perfectly. The rope and carabiner gimmick is a clever nod to his specialty and makes him stand out in terms of playability. The duffel bag feels like a premium touch, much more dynamic than a static backpack that doesn't do anything. And this camo deco screams classic G.I. Joe, so we think this one will be a fan favorite. Next, the Molrat Stage 2. If the first Molrat hinted at trouble, Stage 2 makes it official. The figure reuses most of the original body, but adds new pinless construction and a grotesque mutated head sculpt that looks ripped from a survival horror game. The infection is spreading. Dark energon crystals are erupting from the skull, glowing in the dark. For accessories, it's the same as we had before. A rebreather mask with a backpack and a hose that rarely stay attached. An energy lantern with dark energon glow. Mining tools, and an alternate zombie head with a visible infection. Unlike Hit and Run, the Molrat is not a vintage character. It's a classified series creation designed to expand Cobra's ranks. The Stage 2 variant pushes the storyline forward, showing how exposure to dark energon mutates Cobra's underground engineers into mindless crystal-faced monsters. The look and lore here feel heavily inspired by The Last of Us, and lean into horror sci-fi storytelling. Overall, the Molrat Stage 2 is not about nostalgia, it's about building the Dark Energon storyline. One thing's clear, this sets the stage for Cesspool, Toxo Vipers, and maybe even a full-on Eco Warriors team to join Classified in the near future. Let us know your thoughts on the Molrat, Cesspool, Toxo Vipers, and the Eco Warriors. We want to hear from you. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. Then next, let's move on to Lifeline. He's always stood out in the Joe ranks for his striking rescue red jumpsuit, and this modern update nails that signature look while giving it the sleek sculpting and detail that collectors expect from the Classified series. The white straps, pouches, and the rescue lettering down his leg are faithful nods to his real American hero design, while updated textures, a realistic chest harness, and fine-tuned sculpting give him a grounded modern feel. The helmet and sunglasses are straight from his classic appearance, but here, they get a sharper, more tactical upgrade, paired with removable shades for display options. Not just 1, but 3. Lifeline doesn't just look the part, he's loaded out like a real medic on the battlefield. For accessories, there's a medical kit case with detailed sculpted compartments inside, a portable medical monitor with readouts sculpted in, very similar to his classic defibrillator gear pack. There's also an IV drip with a stand for field triage, a pair of rescue shears, and a combat knife. There's a sidearm with a holster for defense in a pinch, as well as a removable helmet and glasses for multiple display looks. The red jumpsuit, white gear, rescue branding, and medical kit all pulled directly from his 1986 debut. But with added sculpt and realism. Lifeline has always been memorable for his bold colors and pacifist persona, and this figure strikes the perfect balance between nostalgia and modern tactical detail. Let us know your thoughts on Lifeline. Is this someone you've been waiting for? If so, who else is left on your list? Viper Island keeps you up to speed on everything G.I. Joe and the G.I. Joe Classified series, the news, the reviews, and our reactions to the latest reveals. If it's happening in G.I. Joe, you'll find it here. And if you're enjoying the show, a quick tap on that like button goes a long way. Next, we have an update on the Retro Flint lottery situation. Let's recap. Only 82 of these limited edition Retro Flints are being made. This is only for orders made through Hasbro Pulse. No other outlet, no other store. Some have said that they'll just return any standard mainline retro cardback Flints that they receive if they don't get one of these 82. However, this is something you'll want to pay attention to very closely. Hasbro has a note indicating final sale. No returns or exchanges on retro cardback Flint. So, if you are not one of the 82 orders that receives a Chase Edition, then you'll be stuck with some standard release Flints that you cannot return to Hasbro. They will not accept them back. That makes this effectively a lottery for 82 retro cardback Flints. Yet, despite this, there's been next to no momentum behind this. Granted, we're giving this airtime and coverage just by talking about it, but let's not get it twisted. Collectors largely don't care about this, and not many are willing to jump through hoops like this, just for an upgraded piece of cardboard. Worse yet, if people don't really care enough to gamble $25 on getting the Chase Edition, they're not going to spend 5 to 10 times more just to buy any of the 82 Chase Editions that make it to the secondary market. The value of these is going to be extremely limited. Everyone sees through what Hasbro is trying to do here, and Hasbro might try this again. In which case it's obvious they're just trying to clear out slow-moving product. But this isn't going to suddenly become popular enough to justify doing it again and again. As always, we want to hear from you, so let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you order any retro card Flints just because of this, hoping to get one of those Chase Editions? If so, let us know how many you ordered and why. And if you're not interested in this, sound off and let Hasbro know that this is not the way to go. Next, an update on release dates. Pythona, one of the fall exclusives for this year's G.I. Joe Classified series, is now expected to be available soon after pre-orders go live. It should be a fairly quick turnaround. Let's help keep you informed. We've made some updates to the upcoming release dates. October 1st, Dial Tone, The Police Officer, Budo, the Renegades 2-pack of Mercer and Sergeant Slaughter, the Ostriker and Crankcase, the MMS and Colonel Hawk, Steeler and Short Fuse, the Desert Scorpion, and the Ghost Viper. November 1st, Pythona, the Steel Corps Sentry and Modular Defense Post. December 1st, the Retro Green Shirt Trooper and the Retro Cobra Bat. December 15th, Sci-Fi, Wetsuit, Mainframe, and Grim Viper. As a reminder, release dates can change. We expect that several of these releases will show up earlier than scheduled. Next, let's talk about the 2025 lineup. There are still 2 more releases to come this year, a winter vehicle and a set with an animal. We'll let you speculate on what that is. What makes the most sense right now is for Mutton Junkyard to be paired with Footloose for a Mad Marauders 2-pack, similar to the Spirit and Lowlight 2-pack. Do you think that's what will be announced here? If so, this could be an underrated set. The classified designs for Mutt and Footloose lend themselves very well to the Mad Marauders colorway. Would you be interested in this 2-pack? Stay tuned this fall for more updates on this, and let us know what winter vehicles you're hoping for. Do you think it'll be the Polar Battle Bear Snowmobile, the Arctic Hiss Tank, or something completely different? Whatever your thoughts are, we want to hear from you. Next, over to the 2026 lineup. Confirmed so far: Hit and Run, Molrat Stage 2, Lifeline, Night Viper, Iceberg, Big Lob, and a Red Dog and Taurus 2-pack. If there are specific figures you're waiting for in 2026 that you hope are on the way, post them in the comments down below and let's see who else is waiting for them. Then next, For 4 years, G.I. Joe fans around the world have voted, argued, and debated to build something that's never been done before. The very first G.I. Joe Hall of Fame. A Hall of Fame created by the fans, for the fans. We launched the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame back in 2022 in order to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the brand. To date, we've honored 37 legends already. G.I. Joe icons like Duke, Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Sergeant Slaughter, Cobra Commander, and Storm Shadow. In total, there have been 29,343 votes cast, records set, rivalries settled. But now, only 3 spots remain. 3 names to complete the Hall of Fame class of 40 members. The question is, who made it? And did anyone break Tunnel Rat's record-setting 44% vote share? Let's go to the final ballot. 5 nominees, 1 last chance. And the nominees on the final ballot for the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame are Cobra-La, Lifeline, Quick Kick, Chuckles, and the Fridge, William Perry. Folks, the results are in. With 29% of the vote, we can now announce that Chuckles has made it into the Hall of Fame. The undercover specialist who made Hawaiian shirts tactical, Chuckles is one of the most unique characters in G.I. Joe history. Introduced in 1987, he stood apart from the rest of the team. No flashy weapons, no high-tech gear, just his wits, strength, and ability to blend in anywhere. He became a fan favorite through comics and later storylines, including his infamous character arc in the Devil's Due comic series, embodying the idea that brains and subtlety can be just as important as firepower. Chuckles' impact lies in how he expanded what it meant to be a Joe, proving the team wasn't just soldiers, but spies, infiltrators, and operatives with real-world skills. Next, with 20% of the vote, Cobra-La has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Few stories in G.I. Joe history are as infamous or as unforgettable as Cobra-La. Introduced in the 1987 animated movie, this bizarre ancient civilization of bioorganic warriors was a bold departure from the military roots of the franchise. It's not for everyone, but it definitely left a lasting impression. Characters like Globulus, Pythona, and the Royal Guard brought high-concept sci-fi and horror to G.I. Joe, shocking some fans and delighting others. Love them or hate them, Cobra-La left an indelible mark on the brand, representing Hasbro's willingness to take risks and push the boundaries of G.I. Joe lore into new, strange, and sometimes controversial territory. And finally, the last member of the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame. With 20% of the vote, the Fridge, William Perry, has been inducted into the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame. A real-life NFL superstar turned G.I. Joe hero, the Fridge was one of the most unique and memorable crossovers in toy line history. Released as a mail-away exclusive figure in 1987, he brought celebrity star power to the ranks of the Joes. His giant football-on-a-chain weapon became instantly iconic, and his presence symbolized the pop culture reach of the brand during its peak years. While he only appeared briefly in G.I. Joe media, the Fridge remains a time capsule of the 1980s, when sports, toys, and larger-than-life personalities all collided under the banner of America's elite fighting force, G.I. Joe. So there it is, the final 3 inductees to the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame: Chuckles, Cobra-La, the Fridge, the last names to enter the Hall of Fame. From 7 inaugural members to a complete roster of 40, this has been history in the making, and it was built by you, the fans. Every single vote along the way. 29,343 votes in total. This is the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame. 40 legends, chosen by the fans, cemented forever. If you enjoyed our Hall of Fame series and want to see more like this, hit the like button and let us know in the comments. And there you have it. You've made it to the end of this episode, and we really appreciate that. Thumbs up down below. And we would love it even more if you take just 1 second of your time. Make sure that down below you are subscribed to the channel. We ask that you do, because that guarantees that we definitely get to see you back here again next time. Thanks for tuning into Viper Island, your one-stop shop for all things G.I. Joe. When there's relevant news, we'll be here to discuss all of it, together with you. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, have a great day, and yo Joe!